We're going to go ahead and do a quick chart for Bank of America. We're going to do two really quick steps. We're going to chart the daily and then the weekly. If the daily is a match, then we go ahead and look for the weekly to possibly get a fixed goal amount. This way we know exactly what to expect and probably get out before the other traders do, so we can secure some profit. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is the CCI. Our strategy says that the CCI has to touch 100. As we can see, it looks like it does match that criteria right over here. And if we were to go to straight down, we see the MACD in a positive light. It's above the 0, the black is above the red, meaning the 12-day average is above 26-day average. And we see the exact moment where the stochastics reached 80 and then crossed over 80. This is the perfect storm. This means that all three indicators are in line, is a positive uptrend. And just like that, you would purchase that stock either the day of when you saw this, which I believe the close was around 16:30, a little bit under that, or the next day at open at 16:30. So far right now, you would have been at 1677, which is about a 2% gain. Now that we know what the goal is, or that the daily is a buy, let's switch over to the weekly chart and see how or when we could potentially sell the stock. We are going to be doing this using the methods in our PowerPoint section, the 6-step method that we do when it comes to charting the dip. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to quickly annotate it, and as you can see on the screen that the weekly also matches our daily crossing. So CCI, MACD, stochastics. So CCI up here, the MACD is above 0 and it has already crossed, and stochastics stays above 80. We can get a pretty good idea of where the stock is going to be. Now the original cross for stochastics was towards the end of August, and that again was the first time in a while that this stock crossed over 100 on CCI. So let's go and draw a line there, and we'll draw one again for a more recent one as well. Okay, let me go and get my straight vertical line, and this looks reasonable. Let me see if that's pretty reasonable. So that's our first line. Now if you look to the left of this line, we see the V. The V is important because the V is going to set up our support and resistance levels. So once we see this V, we're going to draw our lines. Let me get my horizontal line, and we're going to draw one horizontally. And as you can see, is the top of the little V right here. And the bottom line has to cross two major points, and the lowest point that these two boxes share, which is right over here on the bottom of the box. If you take the difference, and for easy math, we'll round this up to 13, and we'll round this down to, we can round it up to 15, that's fine. So it's a $2 gain. So we know for a fact that at least till the price of 17, this stock is a buy. And we're going to go ahead and draw our line at 17. If you were to buy this stock right here, towards early August, and our first sell signal would be right over here, you would either sell out, but keep in the back of your mind that, hey, the official goal is 17, and we could possibly wait for a turnaround within then. And as we can see, we did it again right here. So we do have another smaller trend line driving right over here. So we're going to do that, but we're going to do a different color so we don't get confused. So we have it right over there. And if our math is correct and the pattern is correct, this should give us 17 as well, or something very close to it. So for easy math, we'll do 15, 50, and 16. So that gives us 50 cents. So the first step will be at 16.50, and it went ahead and crossed over that today. And the next cross, another 50 cents, will be at $17. So I'm very confident that this stock will hover between $6.80 and $17, and that will be your sell range. Again, this is one way we look at regular stocks. We look for the daily. If the daily is a buy, we go for the weekly, and then try to get an overall goal. Usually, it's not going to hit your overall weekly goal because your weekly goal could be 20% higher. But if you know the general direction of where it's going to go, you can make a better decision on when to get out on your daily chart. So that's all for today. This is Bank of America. It's a buy or a hold if you still own it till about, I would say, $16.80 and $17. You can sell 50% at $16.80 and wait it out till $17, but that's completely up to you. Thank you.